Chloe O'Reilly in custody, the Queen has been busy consulting her courtiers about a suitable punishment for the instigator of the vicious rumors. Lady Morrigan has asked to stay out of the discussions regarding her mother, and the others have varying opinions. Lady Nuala feels strongly about a harsh punishment, death. She says the Fae Court is young, as is Queen Ivy's reign. Defiant characters must be dealt with in a decisive way. But the monarch considers Lady Sparrow her moral compass, and the philosopher is of a different mind. She thinks the Queen should stay true to her nature and spare the old woman's life. An exile from Dragon Valley would be more forgiving and generous. It will reflect well on the royal agenda. The minister shares Lady Sparrow's sentiment. The Fae Court's image matters for her above all else. While Queen Ivy ponders the matter, she's given Lady Nessie the task to conceive. Hugh Grey has been her man of choice for some time, and the monarch knows it. She has foregone a match for this reason, and has high hopes for a girl.
Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to The Sims 3 Fairy Amazon with the Verdington Fae Court. Before we begin, I want to say a very special welcome to my channel members. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it immensely. We are picking up quite late on Sunday night at 11 p.m. with Lady Nessie and her longtime love interest, Hugh Grey. She's had him on her radar since before she was part of the Amazons, and he is going to be the first one to father a child of hers. Now, the Queen normally pairs up herself with whoever, she chooses, and then the other ladies, but since Nessie already had someone that her eye was on, that she was sure she wanted to be the father of a child, then the Queen's happy to let Nessie take the lead on that. I was planning on getting her pregnant in the previous episode. I've been quite on the ball with that, especially with the amount of boys we're having. I feel like it's important not to miss these pregnancies or have too much of a gap between them. But we had some story things going on. We captured Chloe O'Reilly, the instigator of these rumors, and I will be jumping onto what the Queen's decided for that in a second. But Nessie, no, Nessie. Wait, Nessie, wait. We need to get Nessie pregnant first of all. I'm sure all of us are super excited about them. Now, Hugh Grey, yes, is an elder, but we've seen him when he was an adult, I think. He came to the castle to one of the parties. Was it the Candy Crown celebration? He was there, I think. So he has mint green, or he had in his younger days mint green hair. So it's possible her child will get this dark brown shade she has, or the mint grey. And then he has, he was a good looking sim in his younger days, but he's got lime green eyes. So the baby could get lime green eyes, or does Nessie have brown eyes? Yes. No, she's got olive eyes, that's right. Olive eyes of the Loch Ness Monster, or, Lady Lake. Or we could have the lime green eyes. So I think they should have a pretty interesting baby. Now with Nessie, I think she's on the pastel rainbow skin tone, but with Hugh Grey, he's got this reddish pink kind of skin. So who knows, we might have a super red baby, or a super pink baby. I have no clue. It's gonna be fun though. Let's not waste any time. Get these two in bed. And hopefully we should have some good news pretty soon. And while this is happening, I think the Queen is taking the day and possibly the night to process what everyone's been saying and come to a decision. Because the castle is kind of split. Morrigan's sitting this one out. She does not want to obviously have an active part in any of her family members' deaths, should it come to that. Nuala's quite a strong advocate for an execution, because this is the first huge crime we've had, and she feels strongly about being decisive. So I've got that going, and then what else? Sparrow feels as though the Queen should be kind, because our Queen has always been kind. And the minister kind of supports that motion because she cares about image, and right now she feels it's important for the queendom to know that, the new queen, this royal regime that's had a bit of a switch over this this generation, things have gone back to the ancient Amazon ways. I think she feels it's important that people feel good about the queen and not threatened by her. So we've got everyone more or less split. Okay, are you pregnant? Are you pregnant? No, she is not. Wake up. Wake up, you have work to do. Okay, come on. Come on. Hugh Grey is doing some interesting magic. His hair is long and is everyday. And then when he's in his sleepwear, his hair is very short. Okay, come on, we're trying again. Don't let him escape. Don't let him escape. Hugh Grey, you better not be going away. Okay, he's not. He's not. She's gonna try again. She is exhausted, but this is important. So that's what's been going on. Now, Chloe O'Reilly is in a terrible, terrible mood. Her hygiene's low, her hunger's really low. She's like gonna starve if we don't come to a decision at some point soon. So we've got that going, and she has tried to escape twice, but she's been caught and ushered back into her cell. So the first time because, well, she just felt it was beneath her to have to put up with something like this, and there was no way she was going through the humiliation of being a criminal of the queen. And the second time when she found out that her husband had passed away. So all of this stress with what's been happening in his family with Chloe and, you know, Morrigan. Unfortunately, Lady Morrigan's father has died. So he's moved on to the netherworld. And so she's been okay. I think just because she hasn't been that close to her parents. I mean, she doesn't dislike them, but she's not really that close to them. Chloe's heartbroken, though. She's just had her heart broken, and she wanted to escape, to go back home, and just see, I think, the remains of her husband that is there no longer. But she was captured, put back in. By that standard, I think the entire Fae Court, I mean, they're being quite cruel, right? They're being quite cruel. But let's see, Nessie, are you pregnant now? Yes! Okay, Lady Nessie Lakeland is pregnant. Our Lady of the Lake is pregnant, everyone. So I'm excited about that. Is she going to break off her relationship with Hugh Grey? Now, I'm of two minds about this. One, I feel like yes, she should, because that's what all the Amazons do. But at the same time, she's had this romance going with him for a long, long time, right? So I also don't want to break that off. So we'll see. We'll see. For now, I think she's gonna let him stay the night. Very, very different to what the Amazons usually do. We'll kind of leave it there and see how all of this pans out at some point. But we'll leave her be. We'll let the others rest up. Chloe, look, she's wanting to become friends with her daughter again. For what reason? I don't know. Is it because she wants to take advantage of Morrigan and go back home? Is it because she wants to see, like, at least take part in the funeral or whatever else it is? Maybe see her husband's gravestone? Or is she just genuinely wanting to reconnect with her daughter when everything is becoming, like, suddenly so miserable? I don't know. But she is, like, good friends with her other kids. Not with Morrigan, unfortunately, but with her other kids. She's really good friends. But she doesn't really have much affection at all for Prince Anakin, who is now a child, by the way. So, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead, let the other ladies get their needs in order, and hopefully the Queen will have a court session soon where we will find out what Chloe O'Reilly's fate is going to be. It is 11 a.m. on Monday, and the Queen has decided to gather all of the ladies so that she can announce her decision on Chloe O'Reilly's fate. So the Queen has listened to both sides, the entire court. Morrigan, of course, has been on the sidelines. And the Queen really feels as though it is a huge responsibility to take someone's life. And I don't know if she's entirely comfortable with making the decision to do that and, you know, having to take responsibility for someone's death, especially for the death of a family member for someone that's in court, right? Lady Morrigan. But at the same time, the Queen has come to the understanding that Chloe's actions were in an effort to sabotage the royal regime, sabotage the Queen's revival of her royal family and royal line, and all of those things are traitorous. She is essentially a traitor in her actions, and, you know, she's committed treason. So treason can't exactly have a light sentence, because then everyone's going to take her as a joke, right? Who's going to be the next person to try pulling off something like this? But since the Queen still doesn't feel, it's like not in her nature to make a harsh decision like this, she has decided to leave Chloe O'Reilly's future up to the Jelly Fates. Now, what is the Jelly Fates? Well, guys, this is something that's going to go into our lore for fairy culture, but the Jelly Fates are an entity in fairy kind of mythology and society that decides one's fate, and it's attached very strongly to the magical jelly bean bush. So what the Queen has decided is that Chloe O'Reilly is going to have a certain amount of jelly beans, and if she dies from that number of jelly beans, like within the amount she has to eat, if she dies, then I guess her fate has been decided. It's going to alleviate some of the pressure for the Queen. And what's going to happen is that her ashes are going to be taken, returned to her family home and residence, and the Queen is not going to announce her as a traitor or smear her name, anything like that, as a favor to Lady Morrigan, more or less. And she's going to be allowed to kind of be laid to rest, possibly next to her husband, you know, in her family garden. And the Queen has decided that she is going to spare Morrigan's other family members, so she's not going to condemn her siblings, because her father has died over the course of this whole thing. Her mother's on trial right now, and her brother and sister are the ones still in their family home raising Prince Anakin, but the Queen doesn't feel as though they took active part and have done anything wrong, so she's going to be kind to them, and she's not going to go ahead and punish them. So that's kind of one outcome that could happen from this jelly bean bush. But if if Chloe O'Reilly does not die from the jelly beans she has to eat, then the Queen is going to exile her from Dragon Valley forevermore. She's not going to be allowed to come back, and for the price of sparing her life almost, the Queen's gonna wipe away any trace of Chloe O'Reilly in Dragon Valley. We're not going to have her names in any of the records. She's going to be removed from the family tree. Nobody's ever going to speak of Chloe O'Reilly ever again. That's kind of the price she has to pay for being able to keep her life. At the expense of being exiled from Dragon Valley, she's going to have to cut off all connection with the family members, and it's going to be as though she never existed in the first place. Those are the two extremes that we're kind of going for. You could say one's kinder than the other, but that's the Jelly Fates, essentially. That's what the Queen has decided. Because, you know, I don't think she wants, especially this early on, to take the responsibility of having to condemn someone to death. I think she feels that's a huge burden for her, especially because of her nurturing nature. And so she's more comfortable leaving it up to the Jelly Fates, because I think the rest of fairy society in Dragon Valley as well, they would be happy to accept an outcome that has come about as a result of the Jelly Fates than, you know, the Queen's hard-fisted kind of rule saying that if you stand against me, I'm going to die. But if it's something a little bit more supernatural, something a bit more divine, you say that, you know, our spirits, the spirits we believe in, they've gone ahead and decided that Chloe should die for whatever crime she's committed against the crown, then people are going to be like, oh, okay, you've got some legitimate kind of divinity behind your royal line. I think there's multiple things going on here, but that's essentially what the Queen has decided. So, we're going to go on down. Where is she? Chloe O'Reilly. Ah, poor Chloe O'Reilly. So we have our jelly bean bush right over here. And what we're going to do is just queue up as much as we can interactions of her eating jelly beans. And then that'll be like the amount she has to eat. So let me just pop this inside. There we go. And let's see. How long does she have? She's also got like 12 hours before she starves to death, but I think the jelly beans should help. But okay. Let's see. How many can we queue up? I think it's like 7 or 8. I'll count it in a second. Oh, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She has to eat 8 jelly beans. And if she survives this 8, then she's going to be exiled and all traces of her will be wiped. And she'll never be known in history, the history of Dragon Valley from now on as well. Which is really sad because her lifetime wish is to be surrounded by family, and I guess she wants the best for her family. But that is going to be at the cost of... Oh no. That is going to be at the cost of her life. Okay, well, I guess we'll see. This is not helping her hunger. She could still starve to death. But she's probably going to be sent away before that comes about. She has good luck so far. She's not dying, so that's, I guess, good. Okay, Chloe. But she's quite old, so even if she survives, she's gonna kind of spend her final days all by herself. Okay, she survived. Well, look at that, guys. She's absolutely miserable, but she has survived. So the queen is going to usher her to the edges of Dragon Valley, and she is going to be kicked out, essentially. And all traces of her will be wiped away. She'll never be able to see her family again. And her family, like her kids, they will never be able to speak of her. So, that makes me so sad. There's going to be nothing, the queen's not going to wipe anyone's memories or anything like that. Obviously, they can remember the fond memories they have of their mother, but unfortunately, they're never going to be able to see each other again from both ends. But okay, I guess I'll leave the jellybean bush there, but we will usher Chloe out of Dragon Valley, and then we'll be back, guys, to see what everyone else is doing. It's almost 3:30 p.m. on Monday. The ladies have ushered, I think probably Nuala, because she is the hero. Lady Nuala will have ushered our prisoner out of Dragon Valley, and the queen has pardoned the rest of the O'Reillys. Now, if we go ahead and look at Morrigan's family tree, where is she? Actually, if you look at the relationship panel, you cannot see Chloe O'Reilly anywhere in here. And then if we go to her family tree, there is no Chloe O'Reilly. So like the queen said, there will be every trace of her in Dragon Valley will be wiped away. It's part of her punishment. And as part of sparing her life. So there we go. No one's ever going to know that Chloe O'Reilly was ever a part of the O'Reilly family. So she's gone, done and dusted. I think Morrigan, a small part of her possibly, feels relieved that her mother's life was spared. She'll never see her mother again, and you know, when her mother dies, she won't know of old age, but I think she feels better knowing that she wasn't the one that caused her mother's death, or that the queen she loves and believes in wasn't the one that caused her mother's death. Neither was the Fae Court per se. Because at one time, she was friends. She was friends with her mother. So that would have been a little bit heartbreaking for her. Now, Celine is home, and I think she's bringing Prince Anakin with her, which is kind of fun. Oh, here we go. He's Prince Anakin. Now, he's got, I think, his father's wings, which I'm not going to change because he's a prince. If it was a princess, then I would have. But let's get a bit of a look at him and see his appearance. Now, he obviously was not around when we had random genetics. I think we started random genetics with Prince Caspian. But look at him. He looks kind of cool. He's got brown hair. Yeah, he's got brown hair, brown eyes, and sharp ears, which we like. And I don't think he has the rainbow skin tone. I think he was the son of Braden McGrath, and Braden McGrath had, like, one of the normal tones. So that's kind of interesting, but, you know, future breeding material. So that's awesome. Now, where's the queen? I actually wanted the queen to go ahead and bloom some of these plants. Because, guys, it's already, like, we've got how many days? We've got 6 days until winter. Like, how did time fly by so quickly? I swear we just got over winter not that long ago. Guess we were having too much fun. We're gonna bloom these plants, actually. Because the queen's been wanting to do this for a while, we just haven't had the chance to. So I'm gonna get it to bloom as many as she can. Might not get to all of them, but that's fine. It's good to use her fairy magic for these things. She might even fail because of how low her magic is. I don't know. I'll get her to tend the garden as well. I want to try and get a skill up as much as possible while we still have the weather or the season on our side. Because once it gets to winter, we won't be able to. And plus, once you come out of winter and you're in spring, I keep knocking my table. When you come out of winter and you're in spring, it does, like, some of the plants stay dormant a little bit. Like, it cuts in, so I don't want that to be a thing. Okay, she tried her best. I guess she's out of magic. She can't do any more. That's okay, Queenie. That's okay. But everyone's got their aura on, which I'm going to try and be a little bit more active about so that they can improve their fairy magic. As fairies, they really should, you know? Okay, how's Celine doing? Celine is... Oh, she wants to go so badly to sleep. You know what? Don't even worry about a bedtime story. Just head to bed. Just head to bed. You're way too exhausted to be up, darling. Okay, we're gonna send Celine to bed. That's pretty good. Let's see. Celine's in bed. Morrigan is tired, but I'll get her to eat something, actually. And let's see. Queenie, once you're done tending, go to the restroom, take a shower. Nawala, she's not really hungry, otherwise I would get her to make something, but let's see. Her cooking skill's gone up, but she hasn't reached level 8 yet, which she wants to do. Why don't we do a combination pizza margarita? That sounds nice. That sounds good. How do we meditate? How do you meditate? I know how to meditate in The Sims 4. I don't know how to meditate in The Sims 3. Unless, is there like some sort of place she has to sit at and do these things? Not entirely sure. Nessie. Okay, Nessie is gonna go use the restroom here really quickly. And then actually, I know that Hugh has been hanging around here quite a bit. And she hasn't even broken off her relationship with Hugh yet. Which is normally the case for a lot of these ladies. And also, I don't think I mentioned it, but her attraction score... Look, Sparrow's talking about a baby girl. Ah, so exciting! She's like... I think she's chatting with him, hoping that, yes, hopefully you'll get a baby girl, you and Nessie, you know? Hopefully you will help Nessie produce the baby girl, is what she's saying. Right over there. But... I did the attraction, like consider attraction for Hugh Gray, and Nessie actually got a 10 out of 10. She finds him blindingly attractive. So that's kind of cool. But he, I guess, she's not wanting to send him away. I won't force her to send him away just yet. Does she eat? Go eat some waffles. Actually, no, not the waffles. Not the waffles. Have some of this margarita that looks absolutely delicious. Go have that. And then, since her energy is up, and she has been wanting to learn Dermot Cullen's sign, I take that as a sign myself, that these guys, they want to go and ask some Sims out on a date. Especially if they're eligible. I think Dermot Cullen is eligible to, you know, be a baby daddy in the future. So I am... Look at how nice that pizza looks. Ah, pizza! Pizza looks yummy. Okay. Over the pizza. We're gonna get her to eat, and then I'm gonna get her... Come on. Come on. No, eat your pizza, silly goose. And then I'll get her to go on like a nighttime date. I don't know if he's gonna say yes because it is quite late. And I think he stood her up last time. He asked Nawala out on a date, didn't he? And then he stood up Nessie, which was really sad of him, in all honesty. But I shall try my best. I shall try my best. You know, I woke up this morning and I had some wonderful comments from Simple Bliss in some of the earlier episodes, which I get very excited by because I love Simple Bliss. But, you were saying, Kim, that you don't know how I push out so many of these fairy Amazon videos, especially because it's quite new, but I'm currently very obsessed with this series, and when I get obsessed with a series, I tend to squeeze in just recording. Oh, well, fine, chat with Dinny, actually. Yeah, when I get obsessed, I tend to squeeze in recording my Sims like on the daily, whenever I can, as soon as I finish work, before I go to sleep, on the weekend, between spending time with my parents and family. Yeah, I get very obsessed. But also, I guess, the format I do it in, like, just, that's why I have, like, just a minute in the beginning of story, and then I like to do gameplay or play it out, because I find when I have to produce more videos, it is quite sustainable, and I just burn out less with this kind of format. I know with Vampire Amazon, I've tried, like, a bunch of different ones, and it can get hard, some of them, to sustain. It might be really fun to put certain things together, but you can't do it, like, on the daily, like I'm doing with the Fairy Amazons. But it's a combination of things. Baseline, I'm just super duper excited. Okay. Chat with Danny. Danny's actually, I think he's eligible too. I think is he Sean Kelly's son? He might be. He might be. But that's good. And then if she ever has like a whim or wish to ask his signs, I'll get her to ask him out on a date. But I don't think he's fathered any children in town either. So let's see if we can invite out on a date. I don't think it's raining right now, which I hope is the case. But let's see. Where can we go? Where can we go? I don't think we want to go to the library. Neither do we want to go to the memorial lot. That is not nice. What about the community garden? I think that would... I mean, it's a very dreary garden, but I think that might be nice. I could have just invited him here, but I feel like going out on a date seems more fun. And plus, it's gonna help. She has full energy. It's gonna help them. Like, feel... Look at all these gnomes. It's gonna help them not be fed up with being stuck in the castle constantly. So that's good. She'll probably find out she's pregnant on the date or something like that. Or on the way there, possibly. I haven't been to the community garden in Dragon Valley either, so I'm excited to explore that. Looks like Prince Anakin is heading home. Oh my goodness, look at Prince Anakin. Maybe, is it because he's the prince? He's known around town. People know about him. It could also be with the scandal that's been happening with Chloe O'Reilly. Maybe the whole family's under scrutiny, and so, as a result, Prince Anakin is under scrutiny. Maybe. It's kind of a fun thing to think about. I know some of you were suggesting that maybe Lady Nuala, like the heroes aren't that well known around town, or at all, because the queen doesn't want them to scare the others, and the heroes kind of just swoop in like secret agents when they have to do things. Derek Orden. Derek, you've had Celine, you're Celine's father. Jeez, no. You're Celine's father. That is quite an interesting idea. It could be because of that. It could be. Oh look, he actually came this time. Wow. I'm proud. But I'll let NRAS check out their chemistry and see what they get up to. Look at how cute this community garden is. I thought we wouldn't have much things here, but we do. There's like a well. There's like so many plants. Oh, that looks adorable. We've got lime trees, apple trees, a whole bunch of apple trees. That's nice. That's adorable. I've got quite a few things here. But I'll let these two chat. They might become kind of friends or romantic on their own. Although I don't know if they would be romantic. She is flirty though. She could flirt with him. Let's get it to consider his attractiveness as a way of seeing whether or not. I don't know if that encourages them to be romantic. I'm just gonna check it out, just to see. Because she wants to know his sign. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, let's ask, can we ask his sign? Let's ask his sign. Because she wants to. Let's have a look at him. He's got green hair. I think he's got the rainbow skin. He's not that bad looking. I don't know what eye color he has. I can't tell. He's an Aquarius. That's my sign. Okay, she does not find him attractive, but she wanted to know his sign, which is okay. This date possibly will go nowhere. They are friends, though. They are friends. I guess I'm happy for her to... What's happening? No? They're not getting along? Ah, well, that's awkward. They were friends, and then Nasty's like, I'm sorry, dude, I'm not attracted to you. Green hair's not my style. Actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a blatant lie, because Hugh Grey had mint green hair in his younger days. Honey, just saying. Just saying. I'll leave it be, though. Let's check out how Celine's doing. She's sleeping in the fairy house, which I guess I'll leave her in the fairy house. She's a child. I don't mind the kids using this. That's why I put it there. It's when the adults dive in that I don't get too happy. Like, Morrigan, you have your own bed. Go to your own bed and sleep in your own bed, woman. Ivy, same thing for Ivy. I have chambers for you ladies that I put effort into, and I would highly appreciate it if you actually used said chambers. Okay, Nuala, let's get her tucked into bed as well. Nessie's fine. Sparrow, you need to go to sleep, so ignore Hugh Grey, who has been overstaying his welcome just a little bit. Actually, the last time, was it Hugh Grey? I don't remember entirely, but at some point, I think it was him. When we had the Candy Crown celebration, he came over and ran to see Nessie, and then he just stayed at the castle for a couple of days, and he hung around, like he lounged around outside and only left quite a while later. So already I feel like his relationship with Nessie is kind of different from what males typically have with the females. And dude, are you going to my fairy house? Are you going to my fairy house? Why? Why? That's for the children. Okay, well, Nessie has not realized she's pregnant just yet, and that's entirely fine. She's become, I think, friends with this guy, though. No? They were friends, not anymore. If he asks her out on a date at some point, I will let them go. But I don't think it's gonna get anywhere. She wanted to know his sign for whatever reason she had, but she's not interested in him. She does not find him appealing. Now, if the queen arranges her match with him, she has no choice. She has to go and... Oh, there we go. Now she's finding out she's pregnant. Give us the good news, Nessie. Give us the good news. Look at that. I'm gonna have to go and change all of her pregnancy outfits so that it's to her color scheme and it looks lovely on her. But I'm excited. I'm excited. Fingers crossed this is gonna be the girl that we so desperately want, and so does the queen. But yeah, she's not gonna be putting Dermot Cullen's name up front like she did with Hugh Grey the next time she has to breed. So I guess the queen's gonna decide when the queen wants to decide. But okay guys, with that said and done, I'm gonna leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.